Hello, and welcome to Moscato and Tea. This is the show for all things beauty, business, and community with your hosts, Inez and Chiquita, keeping it raw, real, and unfiltered.
Hello, hello, hello.
Why are you singing like Mary Poppins right now?
Which reminds me, that's coming out soon. That's some, just to kind of pep up.
Up a little bit, with everything that's going on right now.
I know.
We need a little pep in our step.
I need a little bit. I need a little some, So
Okay, with that said, I'm going to compliment you on combing your hair.
Oh my God. Can we record?
We're recording.
Oh my God, you guys.
I can,
shady?
I can be shady all the time, but I can give credit where credit is due.
Yeah,
so I see you curled your hair and combed it.
Got the nails done.
And you got your nails done. And you're looking presentable.
Thank you.
Not mad at you today.
Thank you. It won't last long, but thank you.
No. We're about to go into 2020.
I know.
Or 2019.
2019, yes.
Let's keep
You're going to hold me accountable.
Absolutely.
Yes. I appreciate it.
I appreciate
it. Let's pop these bottles.
Yeah, let's pop this bottle so we can get into
some hot topics.
Yes, it's going to be like a 2-part hot topic.
Yes,
there's a
two-parter.
lot. Yes, there's a lot for us to talk about these days and with hot topic.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Am I weak or what? I can't even open this.
I know. Might be. Well, let's first start off with what's going on locally in our.
Do we want to do
or do you want to start with the politics? What do you want to do? Because I'm trying to ease us into it because it's a lot.
Well, I think we should start off with politics because I feel like this is what's leading us into this world we're going in right now.
Yeah,
and what the hell has been happening around here?
It's a lot. Yeah.
So let's talk about politics. Did everybody go out and vote?
Yes. I hope so. I'm hoping all of our listeners went out and voted and did something positive and helped support the candidates and the props that were on the ballots, because I heard a lot of people voted for like maybe the governor, but not for their Senate or the local community offices. And that's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping everybody really looked and studied everything that was on the ballots.
Absolutely. We're in California, so we're in LA. So I definitely voted for, my county, all of these things, propositions, whatever. But let's talk about the rest. We're California. Mm-hmm. We already know as the granola state, the love everybody. We love all.
Yeah.
So that is, kind of like the do. But let's talk about the rest of this
craziness.
Yes, in this area and how Texas and Florida. Okay, well, there's a couple of things.
Yeah, it's so much.
Okay, well, here's a couple of things. Okay, Texas and Florida.
Let's start with Texas.
Okay. I don't even want to get started because I feel like, what is wrong with you people? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, and then especially women, women, the numbers are looking at this and whatever. Women of color, yes, always.
Woo-hoo.
Latinas, pulled it off like always. But white women, I'm really having a hard time. But then I guess that's what we call white privilege, that your white privilege is more important than your rights as a woman or to defend other women. But your white privilege is more important. We are in a time now where you would think more white women might want to get into it and might want to do all these things, but I guess not.
Yeah, looking at the numbers of the voting for what's the name, Cruz, it was was like I was 18% black men, like 70% white women, and then of course 90% white men for Cruz. It was just like really shocking to see.
But then again, it isn't. Let's keep it 100. True. We got, I don't say this man by his name, but number 45, who's crazy. And so crazy like crazy, like they say, crazy
like a fox.
Yeah. And crazy attract crazy. So, here we have this man, I guess, for me, it's not going to affect, it does affect my day to day, but I'm not going to let it affect my day to day at this point. I mean, if we want change, this is really huge. There were some milestones that were made that, is showing that we're progressing and we're going forward.
Yeah.
It's just still kind of, we're still in I feel like it's 2018, but we're probably back. We've gone back like 60, 70 years, on where we're progressing instead of going forward. We just kicked back a ton. So,
here's my question. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because some people didn't vote still, or is it because people voted against their interests?
Absolutely, because I don't think people really realize what they're in. I don't think, here's the thing, voting is not, this is what we have to talk about. People think that voting is not a big deal.
Yeah,
I don't need to vote.
Anything. Yeah.
But if you look at history and how here's the problem. We're negating history and we're not looking at history. And if you don't acknowledge history has a tendency to repeat itself because you don't learn a lesson. So with all of these things that are going on, people are forgetting what people died and fought for. And if voting wasn't such a big deal, why are they trying to suppress votes?
Exactly.
Why are they trying to tell people don't go out and vote? Why are they lying?
Not giving them cords and machines in Georgia.
Why, if voting is not a big deal, why are all of these things happening to stop you from voting? And until people realize that voting is humongous, it's huge, you have a voice and you don't practice your voice, then that's a problem. I think also lack of education. Our education system sucks. Unless you come from privilege, let's keep this 100. Unless you come from privilege and we're doing it generationally and teaching our children to go to school and learn and be educated, it's not going to happen. Oh God, I was listening to somebody, on Instagram, I was looking through, and this gentleman made a very poignant statement saying, why aren't more people, why a lot of people of color, it doesn't matter in which way, don't go to school a lot and don't think school is an important thing, is because we don't see ourselves as leaders and scholars and things of that nature. All they ever do is show all the bad stuff of Black people, when the reality, it's not, a lot of it is not even people of color. A lot of inventions, a lot of things that are going on are people of color. But, as they say, once a thief, always a thief.
Yeah.
So if you come into this country stealing and thieving, that's all you're ever going to teach anybody, and so forth. So I think lack of education, I think just lack of wanting to know. With this social media thing, it's a pro and a con, I think. It's great for, taking your mind off of things, but it could be used for so many other better things. Yeah. It reaches so many people all over the world, globally, all of that thing. So I think there's a lot of things that encompass us into not us, but, just the U.S. from doing what it's supposed to do and how we look at things. And, this, our millennials, our young generation, all of us, we need to step up and start doing, why did, our ancestors die? Was it just all of these things, and start teaching and doing. I mean, there's so much to it. It's such a big deal. It's such a big, put it this way, this man, number 45, everything that was on the under and hidden that was always here, he brought it forefront. Oh, yeah. So now it's in your face. So now people don't know how to deal with something that's in your face. Yeah. Because it's been so hidden, and, it's like a river, like, on top it looks very, very still, but underneath it is raging. Rumbling. Yes. Yeah. And it's rumbling. Raging. And then may something happen, a dam breaks, and all of a sudden there's a flood, and you're like, where the fuck did this come from? I had no idea this river was this.
Yeah, it was always there.
But that's my point. And this is kind of like where we're at right now.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's insane, and no one is standing up to fight, unfortunately, in the right way. And it's just crazy. And as Ted Cruz, he put out a statement and just wanted to thank everybody. And he's saying that you have my word that as your U.S. Senator, I will work tirelessly each and every day to uphold our Constitution and fight for the values we as Texans hold dear.
Fight for your values and for what for your values and what helps you and your people. Sit down. Well, and I mean, there's a little light at the end of the tunnel. The Democratic Party grabbing the House. Yeah, which I
think they picked up. I think they needed like 5 or 6 seats to take over the House, and they won.
They did, they won. We won that mostly all of them.
Yeah.
The bigger one was the Senate. That's what we really needed to be able to, really stop a lot of these things.
The House. It was the House.
Oh, it's the House.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the Republicans still have the Senate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good thing. I mean, that's a light at the end of the tunnel. Now there's people that are he's gonna have to answer to. He doesn't know how to deal with it. So that leads into the press conference, which was a shit show. That was a shit show.
Yeah, no, it really was. And it just blows my mind that we're all looking at the same thing. We all have two eyes. We're all looking at the same thing. And yet somehow they come out and say, oh, this intern was assaulted. I'm like,
where did we see? Excuse me, Mr. Grab him by the pussy has no right to talk about assaulting. Let's talk about that. Number 2. Sarah Sanders, she's the devil's advocate.
And she doctored that video, supposedly, allegedly.
Listen, she's the devil's advocate. She's a woman, but you know what? She sold her soul to the devil to be able to have what she needs and what she wants at this point. And, John Acostas is not that type of journalist. Yeah. Here's the thing about, yes, there could be false media. Yes, there's all kinds of things. But when we're talking about people who've been in this industry for a really long time and have covered multiple presidential campaigns and multiple presidents, to sit here and now because you in your feelings, because now you have to answer questions you don't want to answer, talk about it's the media that's causing all
fake
this
news and they're evil.
I'm like, yo, motherfucker, how the hell did you get your
exactly on TV?
On TV, that's how people got to know you. Let's keep it 100. All your shit you talk about was fake on Apprentice.
Oh yeah,
and now talking about he don't even know Lil Jon. Bye.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, are you serious right now?
That was my favorite.
I think Lil Jon was on the show twice
and talk about I don't know who he is.
Like, boy, bye.
I can't. MF's bye. Sit your ass down.
It's too much.
It's talking about that. It just seems to get worse and worse.
Yeah,
and worse.
It's like a downhill battle. And then I think he also went off on April Ryan, another journalist at the conference and stuff. And I saw her on The View and talking about it. And now she has to walk around with like security.
Yeah. And so when does freedom of the press, all of a sudden you can just start revoking shit? Because if that's the case, in part 2, we're going to talk about, let's start revoking these white men terrorists, but that's a whole nother
segment.
We'll talk about that in part 2. So now we're going to start revoking freedom of the press. Now we're going to start doing all of these things. Basically, people, we're coming to a point where the ignorance is so huge. Yep. People just fear. This is what happens when you fear monger and you tell people lies. Lies all day, every day. He built his whole brand. His whole brand is built on lies, deception, stealing, corruption, bigotry, misogynism, and people patting this man on the back like he is Jesus.
Exactly.
And I still can't
fathom. It's like, what? Are we looking at the same thing?
No, I think it's because people want to look at things through rose-colored glasses. But again, this is all about white privilege. Because if you know damn well, if it was anyone else of color, Obama couldn't even take a shit without somebody saying, this nigga took a shit and we need help. Is it stinky? Is it smell? He couldn't do anything.
No, I know. But you remember when he wore that brown beige suit or something, and everybody went crazy over it, and it just...
he's being just... I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Calm. I mean, the same thing. Him, and then he doesn't even want to acknowledge the fact that during this election, his hate and his spew is allowing people to sit there. Again, it's part about terrorism and what we got going on. But, all of this election, we'll see what happens now that now he does have to answer. Maxine Waters.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Auntie.
Well, here's the question, because someone brought it up. Should they start the impeachment or not? And the reason why they brought it up is because it could seem divisive if they were to bring up the impeachment now, when you have the Senate and the House, and if they're clashing and they try and bring up the impeachment, basically they're just going to be fighting each other and him, but then the country is at a standstill because nothing's moving forward, because all they want to do is fight each other. So should they or wait? And
at the end of the day, I mean, we're a divided country anyways. We're not a united country.
That's true.
You know, some of us were talking, I think we're close to civil war here.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about other countries at this point. I'm worried about what's going on in my country and where I'm living. You know, think about civil war. Have we even really thought about civil war and what we got going on?
That's true.
We're a divided it is very clear we are a very divided country. There is no unity. There is nothing. It's not anything else. Are we, you know, we're all Americans, but we're only all Americans until we're all Americans, but we're only all Americans until my interests, as long as my interests are, accounted for, and my interests are for me. Yeah.
But your neighbor, anybody else, you don't care.
You don't give a shit about. Yeah. And then you can't say we're not all American. Yeah. It doesn't matter. We all live in this country. You know, anywhere we all pay anywhere else in any other country you go. They said, "What are you?" "Oh, I'm Russian. I'm American. You know, I'm Chinese. I'm anything." Only in this country is like, well, you're American, but wait, hold up a second.
Yeah.
You're not American because of this, and that, or you're not American because you're not patriotic. I mean, we're fighting over bullshit, BS, and we're not paying attention to what's really going on.
Exactly.
So we're pretty much already divided. So for me, I'd rather be, for me, I was like, do whatever you need to do. Yeah. Like if it's going to keep that, we're at a standstill anyways. What is getting done?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
what is getting done? We got other countries coming in and infiltrating. What is getting done? Nothing. This man's going to leave, and him and his family, they could go to Mars for all the fuck they care. They could go to Mars.
That's true, yeah.
And the rest of us are stuck here doing what?
And we're going to be paying for it. You already know.
And we're stuck here doing what? Cleaning up his shit? Oh, but he gets to be in Mars and be like, hey, party in Mars? So at the end of the day, that's why I said, let's look at the real underlining here. What is going on? Where have we moved? We have not moved anywhere.
Where do we start to clean it
up? We're moving backwards. We did such progress. Regardless, listen, no president is the best. Every president has his flaws because they're human. Now, the difference is, are you a humanitarian and you care about others? Or are you're a narcissistic, self-absorbed asshole who only thinks about yourself? That's basically our presidents that we've ever had in each realm. What am I getting out of this, and what are me and my people? And I don't even think he care about his own people, because if it has anything to do with him and he's getting screwed, you're getting screwed first.
Yeah, unless he's making money, nobody ain't making money.
At the end of the day, he will sell his mama. For whatever he needs. His mama, his daughter, his wife, he gives zero fucks. Yeah. So here's the thing with that. So people are upset because we had a black man at that was a humanitarian and was looking out for the human rights of everyone. It didn't matter. You're human. You come into this country, you're considered part of the United States.
And that's crazy because Obama actually deported the most people.
Right?
You know, and he did it the right way.
But that's not what they want to hear.
Exactly.
He's like, look, if you come into this country, you have to go through things. You deport. Okay, but let's do it in a humane manner. I ain't even mad if he deported a bunch of people. Did you do it humanely? Yeah. Did we have, okay, fine. Yeah. There's laws.
We still have kids in cages right now.
Yeah. And we have to have, like, who does that? Who allows children?
This is America.
Girl. Who allows children to be ripped from their families? It doesn't matter. Now let's keep it, as long as it doesn't affect other people, they don't give a shit. But what they don't realize, eventually all of this shit is going to affect you. It might not affect your family, but it might not affect you personally. But guess what? You got kids, grandkids, all of that. It's going to affect your family somehow or another.
Oh yeah.
So
which is. It's
again, this election, this midterm was but here's the thing with Florida. Do you know about Florida passing the law? I think it was their
the 1.4 million nonviolent felons.
Yes,
got the right to vote.
Yeah, so that's gonna be huge. Humongous.
Yes.
Now
I'm happy about that.
Which way is it gonna go?
That's the question.
And what are they gonna do to suppress
exactly
all of these?
Exactly. That's the next phase.
So, because he's coming up in 2 years.
Yeah. Well, he's right now campaigning. So it starts in I think whoever runs, it starts in January, whoever's going to go against him. And so they have that year of like campaigning and
rumor
all that.
has it that they're thinking Beto right now. That was another thing too. I mean, a lot of celebrities were kind of keeping themselves to themselves or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now everybody, I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan. You know this.
We know.
But at the end of the day, she has a right to put her endorsement to whoever she wanted to.
She did it with Hillary and Barack.
Right. And she did it at the very last minute with Beto.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And now people are coming down on her like it was her reason he lost. Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
she can't control.
She has power.
Yeah.
But if you really think she has that much power,
then a lot of things would be different.
Thank you. But that's not the case. So to start putting blame and pointing fingers at people, let's quit doing the blame game and let's have a solution.
Well, that's the same thing, blaming Trump for the things that other people are doing. If you want to blame Beyonce for the votes with Beto,
absolutely. But here's the thing. But Beyonce is an entertainer and a singer. She does not have the free world in her hand. That's all I'm just saying.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So we're talking, if we're going to do it that way, let's talk about a corporation here. You got the fucking CEO of the corporation who's allowing everybody else and run a shit show. And so when the corporation falls apart, then what the fuck do you do?
Yeah.
But then you want to blame the janitor? Get the hell out of here. You want to blame the janitor for the company falling apart because he didn't sweep the floor right?
Stop it.
That's the nonsense.
Yeah, that's the mindset.
That's the mindset and the nonsense we're dealing with.
I know. It's crazy.
We're picking on bullshit instead of saying, well, like, hey, CEO of this company, you better start trickling down and doing it. But when your own CEO is corrupt, how can you check other people to do what's right when it's like he's corrupt. So it's like everybody's all together. They're like, well, fuck it. He's in on it too. So
free for all.
Yes.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. So in Florida and Georgia, they're going to do runoffs.
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
That's very good.
It just blows my mind for it to even be that close in numbers. It's like really people. But they're going to do the runoff votes. And I heard that, what's his name? Brian Kemp, he finally resigned as the Secretary of State. After the election was over, but now they're going to do the recount. So they found ballots that weren't counted for, machines that were broken, provisional ballots that weren't, taken
Sabotage.
in. Supposedly they didn't have cords and at the voting booths to charge the machines.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of bullshit.
It's crazy.
A bunch of bullshit. But again, when you got somebody who runs a fucking crooked ass, everything underneath that is crooked. Nobody has any fear of any repercussions for their behavior. That's what I would say. But shit, let you can't even look to the left as a black person without you being taken to jail and you a fuck up. And we're going backwards where you can't stand, you can't talk, you're getting pulled over. I'm like, come on, you guys. Like at least what this is what kills me too. There is video. People.
Oh,
I think people still think that they're going to be able to get away with it like they did Pearl. May rest in peace, Rodney King. Let's keep that 100 because there was video of Rodney King getting beaten.
Oh yeah,
there was evidence. I don't care what this man did.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he was getting the shit beat out of him.
He didn't deserve. Yeah.
And they got away with it. So I think white people are thinking they have that Rodney King mentality that they could just do whatever the fuck they want to do and they're going to get away with it because again, it starts from here and it goes down. If they would have gotten repercussion from get-go, let me tell you, people might have been like, Now they're starting to get repercussion.
Well, that's why you vote. To put people in place to hold people accountable.
Now, like that cop who killed a kid unnecessarily. They're showing roughness. I can't remember. I gotta rethink about that. But they fired him. He's getting indicted. There's all kinds of things going on. So at the end of the day, there is people are losing their jobs. People, because at the end of the,
Yeah, I saw sorry to cut you off. There's a guy I went to vote. He's an EMT worker and he had like the Confederate flag with a noose on it, and he got fired from his job. And it's because it went all over on social media. And it's like these people that are in certain positions and jobs, and it's like,
well, better for you. Crazy. Please come out. Let's keep coming out so we can see you. Take off the white hood. That's what I said. Take off the white hood and show yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's why racism, and if you that bold and you want to put on a white hood because you don't want repercussions, take off the hood, moo. This is 2018. Show yourself. There is repercussions for the shit you're doing because at the end of the day, there's more people that are like, hey, and a lot of these people work for companies and things that are very much minority ran or minority shoppers and minority so forth. And they're realizing that the black dollar, the minority dollar wins more than anything. I just wish we understood that a little bit more.
I know.
But, come on, take off the hood. Let's start seeing what's really going on. Take off the hood. They're trying to tell us we can't put a hoodie on, but you can't take off your hood. Come on now. You can't have it both ways. They're trying to say we can't put on a hoodie.
Yeah.
We're showing our face. We got a hoodie.
Represent.
If we're going to make us take off our hood and showing our face, then you better take off your hood and show your face.
You calling them out?
Calling everybody out.
Okay.
Calling it out. Like, let's stop playing like.
If you go talk big, walk big.
Absolutely. 45 is showing you. He is the biggest bigot there is. He's showing you.
That's true.
And people want to be like, oh, no, he's just got to. No, he's showing you who he is.
Yeah.
So all these people that want to act like they don't know, well, hey, here's your opportunity. Show yourself.
You are cray. Oh, my God.
Because there was another thing that, the only reason I brought that up was because I saw something on Instagram where these kids, I think it's in Missouri somewhere, a mall. They have these rules where you have to dress a certain way to be able in the mall to be able to go to the mall. There was a group of young black kids that went into the mall. One of the kids had a hoodie. Nowhere in the dress code specifically said no hoodie. So there was an older gentleman, black man, who saw he was going to the mall to get a new phone with his wife, but saw that these police officers were targeting off-duty cops, mall security, targeting these group of young black men that weren't doing anything.
That's crazy.
And then talk about that they had to get their hoods off. It was just a big scandal to the point where this older black gentleman defended him and they arrested him for defending these young black kids because they left and then they came back and they're like, wait a minute, we have rights here.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything. It turned into a big brouhaha. The older gentleman ended up getting arrested. The young kid got arrested, but it turned into this whole thing where by the end that the young kid signed a waiver saying he would never come back to the mall. The older gentleman said, I refuse to sign that and I'm not ever signing that, but I will never be back here.
Yeah.
He goes, because I know my rights.
That's crazy.
But that's where we're at right now. So if you're basically telling us you don't want us to wear a hood, but you're still walking around with your hood, how is that fair? Let's make this a fair fight. Let's make this a fair fight. Even if I know you're coming for me, but if I know you're coming for me, at least I'm prepared to defend myself if I know you're coming for me.
That's true. That's true.
And that's what's going on.
That. That's crazy.
Huh? Yeah, it was something on Instagram, but that's what's going on now where people are learning to defend themselves, recording and doing everything. So keep your cameras up. As a matter of fact, there's an app now.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, there's an app. I can't remember what it's called. I'll think about it. But there is an app now that you could actually, if you're being stopped by the police, it actually puts your phone into a mode where it records everything that's going on if you're being stopped by the police without you having to have your hands on the phone and doing all of that kind of stuff. Okay. So you have extra background and protection. I'm telling you,
we're gonna have to check that out. We're gonna have to check that out for another.
It's coming in.
So along with the midterms, there was a bill that passed, and I just had to bring this up because it just blew my mind. And I wanted to get your opinion on it. But supposedly in Alabama, they passed a bill if basically it would allow the state to prosecute women for using IUDs, emergency contraception, and IVF, or even for missing prenatal care appointments or not being able to leave an abusive partner. What do you think about that?
Say that again. Sorry.
It said that it would allow there's a bill that passed. And basically, in the state, they would prosecute women for using IUDs. Emergency contraception. IVF, or even for missing prenatal care appointments or not being able to leave an abusive partner.
Okay, so we're gonna victimize the victim one more, and we're always gonna put the blame on the victim. And so, as a man, you're gonna tell me what I can and cannot use with my vagina. That's what you're basically telling me.
But aren't Republicans for small government?
Again, this is why women have to get it together. And, I wish I could tell, I wish the roles were reversed. I would love to go up to some dude, grab him by the dick and be like, yo, boo. Or, hey, yo, I'm taking away your Viagra. Let that shit stay limp all day. Like, that's what I would love to do. And tell him, like, yo, I would love, you have to use birth control, because if not, or you know what, every child, what, if you don't come and you don't make a baby, your ass ain't no man. Yeah. Or if you don't give me a son, because at the end of the day, you make the gender, you're a weak ass man. I would love to do all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But again, it's not a woman's world. Yeah. But eventually, it's like, but that's how I feel it is right now. Like, now you're telling a woman she's going to get prosecuted for using an IUD to protect herself. But
Alabama.
Then if she doesn't get out of an abusive relationship, now you're going to tell her that she's wrong. But what about them? Like, that don't make no damn sense.
That's true.
But then you said it's Alabama, so that's all I gotta say.
God. Yes, no, it's crazy, but
it's crazy. But one of these days, I used to say, women just to, I would love to just do an experiment like that. Just go around and grab.
That's true.
Grab just grab men by the, by the D and be like, yo, what's up, boo?
I know.
Or like, hey, I've done that experiment. I haven't grabbed them by the,
Please don't.
No, I have not.
Please, no one do this.
No, I haven't done that. But I have heckled. I have said and men don't know how to handle it. I'll tell you that much. But we have to deal with it all the fucking time.
That's true.
I did it as an experiment once.
Oh my God.
We were just sitting around going, hey, boo, you look, they were like, oh, look at you with your beard. You look fine.
Really?
They were, thank you. They had no idea how to handle it. And I thought it was the funniest shit ever. But I want to see, that's why, because you all this bitch ass, because you can't even handle a heckling, but we got to handle a heckling, a grab at the ass, your booty fat, but you can't handle even like, oh, damn, you look good in the suit.
Yeah.
I'm just, so at the end of the day, I would like to.
You're a mess.
Yes, because remember, I'm petty and I'm vengeful.
Yes,
you do me, I want to do you the same way, see if you like it. So I would like to see a 45-some girl tell him, grab him by grab him by the pussy, because that's what it is, and be like, yo.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, it's crazy. But we're going to kind of end it off with for this first part of our Hot Topics, with a couple of the wins. We had the most women nominated to Congress. Yeah. We had the first Muslim woman in Congress.
Nice.
We had the first Native American woman in Congress. We had the first Black woman from Connecticut and from Massachusetts in Congress. And we also, in New York, they nominated the first Black woman Attorney General of New York.
Nice.
So it's really looking
at the end of the day, progress. But if you notice, there's a lot of it a woman of color.
I know.
So I'm gonna leave it on that table right there.
I love it. But yes, thank you guys for listening. We're gonna come right back with part 2 of our Hot Topics. All right.
Thanks for listening. Take a little time to enjoy your brand of Moscato and Tea with us every day. Subscribe, rate, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and MoscatoandTea.com.